I've only ever been scared of two movies, The Ring and this one. The thing that got me with this is the flesh-eating disease that's in the water. You don't really know what you're drinking when it comes to tap water. You just pour it in a glass and you're just drinking it. And when I was younger, that absolutely terrified me because I was so paranoid. I literally stopped drinking water for a good week or two just because of this movie. And like, as I said, apart from The Ring, nothing else has scared me. But now that I'm older, it doesn't quite have the same effect. There is a little bit in the back of my head that goes, wonder what's in the water. Wonder if something's died in the water tank. But I love the whole idea. I think it's really, really good. You know, usually when you have a movie that's set in a cabin in the woods, you have this random killer and, you know, they go through the motions. We've all seen it before. And, you know, this one is literally a cabin fever. It lives up to the name, you know. It's an illness. And, of course, it's uncontrollable. It's not something that you can see. So it makes it that much more terrifying. And it feeds into the paranoia because everybody involved is all paranoid and looking at each other and they kind of distance themselves. And these were a really close group of friends. Like, you have the valid reasons why they can't get help this time instead of just some stupid nonsense that they usually throw in horror movies. You know, in this, you have an idiot cop, you know, they burnt someone alive so they couldn't get their cousin to help them. And it all works because, you know, it makes them feel much more isolated and they're so much more alone. It's all done so well, and it's a very clever first film. Eli Roth really knew what he was doing. Like, he just knew right off the get-go. You can tell by there's so many like references and stuff like that. The ending is obviously inspired by Night of the Living Dead. And, you know, there's stuff like A Shot from Texas Chainsaw Massacre that he references. And there's just so many things that he include in this. And as a horror fanatic, I absolutely love it because it just pulls you in and you get the references. You're like, oh, that's really cool. And, you know, he's big into horror himself. He is a huge horror fan. So, you know, he loves the craft. I do also quite like his two cameos. Like, they're back to back, and I don't think a lot of people will actually pick up on them because he's the bald guy and he's also the stoner. Both don't really have like a huge role in the movie, but they are just fun, and it kind of adds this kind of comic relief. And there is quite a lot of comedic bits in this movie, which work really well. I can't remember the guy, but the guy with the baseball cap, he was just such a guy, and I loved him for it. And like, the whole cast is fun, but these actually felt like characters and people. Yeah, I still think this holds up. You know, I think it was stupid to remake this one, and this one still holds up. It's a really, really good film, and it's just fun to watch.